special War Games Steel Cage match. Now, in this contest, 2 men will start. After a coin flip in the back, Team Big League has won the man advantage. After 90 seconds of combat, a new man will enter the fray, and every 90 seconds thereafter, a new man will enter. Once all 6 men have entered the steel cage, the door will be closed and locked. There will be no way in, no interference. The only way this contest can end is by pinfall, submission, or referee stoppage. Let's bring to the ring team number 1.
Arguably the most dangerous match in professional wrestling history, with roots back to the mid-1980s. It is War Games, a rivalry rekindled in just moments between Team Big League and Jimmy Demarco.
Joe, the 4 Horsemen invented it, the Road Warriors perfected it. Dusty Rhodes, a big proponent, a big performer of War Games. We'll see what these guys have in store, because this is the single most physically demanding match in wrestling.
Of course, Joseph Brooks, a longtime confidant, longtime henchman of John McChesney. Their third partner on this evening, the one-man militia Matthew Justice. It was a month ago, Jimmy Nuts was forced to run a 3-man gauntlet. That's why Jimmy Nuts is currently out indefinitely with a knee injury. The third man in that gauntlet, Matthew Justice. He did the job once before. Can he do it tonight?
Who's your pick here, Joe? Let me put you on the spot.
It's hard to bet against Team Big League.
Exactly right.
However, this is Jimmy Demarco's homecoming.
Yeah. I went to Shaler High School, Joe. Our football team lost homecoming every single year. And still do.
Jimmy Demarco, however, is, I believe, undefeated against McChesney inside a cage. That's 3-0.
Yeah, I feel like you and the rest of IWC, Chuck Roberts, Norm Connors before that, you guys have never given Big League John McChesney the credit he deserves.
I think John McChesney deserves a lot of credit cumulatively. You add together McChesney's title reigns, he's held the IWC title longer than anybody in history.
I think he is probably the greatest performer in the history of this promotion.
And it would be very difficult to argue that point.
But somehow I bet you do.
Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Plummer here with the returning delicious Jimmy Demarco. Who the hell are you? I'm hardcore futuristic. I don't discriminate. I hit people in chairs. Men, women, child, it doesn't matter. What's stopping me from hitting you with the chair right now?
Head out, Courtney! Head out!
You like to beat women? You like to beat women with chairs?
Head out!
Turn around. Oh my God! I'm aroused. I've never been more aroused. Look at this guy. Hey, Big League, we're coming for you. Marshall, get some tables, get some chairs. Come on, let's do it.
Delicious Jimmy Demarco, the new look Marshall Ball, Aiden Veil.
These guys came prepared, that's for sure, but I don't know. I think you can bring emotion too much into this. I think Team Big League has DeMarco's team scouted. I think they're prepared. I think they're cool. I think they're calm. I think they're collected. I think they're your winners.
It has been 18 months since we've seen Jimmy Demarco in a professional wrestling ring. What a way to come back.
What's he been doing since then?
Well, I believe he's been rehabbing many injuries. And,
well, if there's anybody whose body's taking a toll, it's Demarco.
yeah.
Should he be coming back? How will that affect tonight?
That's a very good question. Demarco thus far has seemed to be in good health, but looks can be deceiving. And speaking of deceiving, McChesney and Brooks, they're right in front of us. From behind that Aiden Veil, Jimmy Demarco.
That's just good strategy.
And this war has started outside the cage.
War games always very interesting because there is strategy involved. In what order do you put your team in the cage? That can affect the outcome. It's tempting to save your best for last, but you don't want to put your weakest link in first either, Joe.
That's a very good point. Certainly you've covered many War Games matchups over the years. You know firsthand the toll it can take and the lasting effects it can have on these athletes.
Well, actually, back then we always knew J.J. Dillon was going to lose, so there's no obvious loser here, please.
Not at all.
How about the cage being used as a weapon and they're not even in the cage?
Yeah, thinking on your feet. And keep in mind, this matchup, 4 of these men aren't even going to be legally in this matchup when it starts. You're going to start with 2 in the ring.
Don't you feel like it's going to boil down to Demarco against McChesney?
You almost,
I mean, no offense to the other 4, but I think this is about them, the battle between those two, don't you?
Yeah, that's been the issue for a number of years, and certainly both sides picked some great teams. Unlikely teams on the surface, but certainly ready to fight, ready for battle. And you talk about those 2 lead-off positions. Jimmy Demarco starts for his team, and also it's Joseph Brooks representing Team Big League.
Well, I'm not sure we need to see this, Joe.
It's a Jimmy Demarco match. You shouldn't be surprised.
So many things, Joe, that if my employer and Clear Channel heard would get me fired, it's just racing through my mind right now.
Please be on your best behavior, just this once.
I'll tell you what, Jimmy Demarco in charge right away.
Yeah, no kidding. Team Captain taking initiative, putting himself in there first, and a great chance to work off any potential ring rust. Not that I think there is any. Demarco in perhaps the best physical shape.
No, wait,
I've seen.
there's definitely ring rust. There's always going to be that. That's why it's good for Demarco to get in there right away, because the match can't be decided until all 6 participants are in. That ring rust will be long gone by the time all 6 guys are in there.
That is true, but Demarco in exceptional physical shape as well. Certainly he's prepared.
No, he looks tired. He's going to sit down.
He is not. Gee!
Yes, he is.
Yeah, sitting down face first. Joseph Brooks turns the tides.
Joseph Brooks, he's not one of the big names. Well, he is, of course. He's on Team Big League, but I feel like a guy like him could easily decide this match. Here we go.
2, 1. Now entering the cage with the man advantage, Matthew Justice.
And Justice is dangerous. And right to the knee, just like Justice did on Jimmy Nuts last month in Whiteham. Justice is the one-man militia. He is young, metal, and ready to attack former WWE developmental talent. Didn't like the corporate world, so came back home to independent wrestling and hasn't missed a beat.
I think that will serve his career very well and IWC very well. By the way, the heels are still undefeated in the War Games coin toss.
What was that?
That is true.
Beat the rope with the
I've always
chair.
wondered if that were fixed.
In wrestling?
See now, I mean, Jimmy Demarco didn't come back for this. Oh!
Jeez.
A double slingshot. That not only put him headfirst into the cage, that wrenched both his knees, Joe.
I have seen Demarco damaged, battered, and bloodied more than perhaps any other human I've seen in my life, and many of those assaults were inside a steel cage, much like this one.
Make no mistake, Joe, I'm a big Jimmy Demarco fan. I wonder if he's yet regretting his comeback.
And we knew it might get uncomfortable. Demarco with a history of serious head injuries, concussions, over the years. As I see out of the corner of my eye, Marshall the Bull and Aiden Veil pacing impatiently a moment ago.
4,
We'll get some help in 3 seconds.
2, 1. Now entering the War Games, Aiden Veil.
Aiden Veil, 22 years old in his own right, entering the battle. Look out!
Wow! That's certainly a unique entry in War Games, isn't it?
You ain't kidding. making the most of it.
I like his outfit, Joe. Rama, lama, 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 rock and roll is king.
Aiden Veil, a throwback to the rock stars of the 80s. He's got a lot of Steel Panther influence. We'll take him through War Games.
See, now I like this kind of high flyer. This young man is flying high. And wow, it's high impact, too.
It is. Aiden Veil, his first major main event. Golden opportunity here as McChesney jumping Marshall Bull on the outside. What are you doing, McChesney?
Well, he's in next, right?
He is in next, but not in now.
Well, maybe the ref's watch stopped.
Oh, get out of here. His watch stopped. And McChesney. Demarco went for the mommy-daddy button, as my other colleague would say.
See, McChesney's in there, and he's taking over the match. That's what big leaguers do, Joe.
Big leaguers jumpstart, big leaguers cheat.
Barry Bonds, Pete Rose, I could go on and on.
Well, doesn't make it right.
It makes it successful. They don't ask how, Joe, they ask how many.
John McChesney.
And now McChesney should just be getting in, and look at the damage he's done. Hey, deep.
Oh!
Aiden Veil holds a pinfall victory over John McChesney, and John has not forgotten about that. And keep in mind, Mark, we're talking about injuries. This is Aiden Veil's second match back after 9 months out with shoulder surgery.
Yeah, that stuff with Aiden Veil, I mean, it's ill-advised. I got a feeling guys came back too early. That's why, again, I make McChesney's team a heavy favorite.
And Marshall got ready to start a riot all by himself on the outside, watching the punishment under Jimmy Demarco and Aiden Veil.
See, I love it. Team Big League is merciless. Skilled, tough, and merciless.
And Demarco hurt badly.
Hey, he wanted this. He wanted this. Don't cry for him.
I'm not crying.
You will be.
But McChesney certainly went about it his own way and pretty proud of himself. But there's a 300-pound baby bull coming in next, let's not forget.
Yeah, but a lot of damage has been done to DeMarco's 2 team members already in, Joe.
4, 3, 2, 1. The blue entrant, Marshall Bull.
Marshall, 5-time IWC Tag Team Champion. He's known.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, there'll be no way in, no way out. Until someone
They needed that for Marshall the Bull, Joe.
Yeah.
They needed immediate impact.
And this is a new look Marshall the Bull. Not like we've seen before. But Marshall the Bull is used to surviving on life on the streets, doing some dirty deeds, doing some hit jobs. And this could be the biggest hit of his life.
He's looking good. He's turned things around. I hate to worry on behalf of Team Big League, but right now I am a bit concerned.
And it's pinfall, submission, or surrender from here. And Marshall looks like he's dropped some weight. He's quicker, but he still has that intensity.
That's a little ping pong, as Jim Cornette, my good friend, used to say.
And now Team DeMarco standing tall.
Now you see, Marshall the Bull had to do this, Joe, because War Games a lot of the times is decided before the last guy ever gets in there, unless the last guy makes immediate and big impact. Marshall the Bull doing exactly that.
And keep in mind, DeMarco and Marshall, they're cousins.
Oh!
They're used to teaming together. And there's a segue there that I'm not going to take.
There you go, Big League all the way, baby!
DeMarco can take the punishment. Can McChesney take the humiliation?
Jimmy DeMarco's team in total control right now. How quickly things can turn, Joe.
Ouch.
Now you see that? That's illegal right there. That should not be allowed.
It's War Games.
You know what? In World War II, nothing like that ever happened in Stalingrad.
How do you know?
That's a good point.
Jimmy DeMarco may have had a relative there.
Now they're all just, what the hell is this?
It's DeMarco warfare. I like DeMarco stretching and pulling.
Oh, I haven't been this uncomfortable since Viagra on a pole. Oh, this is bad. This is bad.
Oh, man.
Oh, wait,
Brooks
with a great reaction.
But it's not escape rules, Mark.
Okay, maybe not a great reaction, Joe.
Brooks is hightailing it.
Does he know it's not escape the cage?
That's a good
question. Does he think he's won?
Justice trying to escape too. Marshall caught him.
Maybe they just want out, Joe.
That may be the case. Abandoned ship. Oh, no. Watch DeMarco. Watch DeMarco. Curb stop into the steel.
McChesney turning things around. I know a lot of people don't like John McChesney, think he's a quote-unquote heel, a bad guy. Nobody's more resourceful. Nobody's more resilient. Arguably, nobody's better.
Yeah.
Now, Brooks is saying how smart he is to escape the cage. Your guys are getting killed in there, Einstein.
Well, McChesney's not doing too bad right now. Drops Aiden Veil once again.
You're never short-handed with McChesney on your side.
And wait a second. Marshall has broken through the door, and he's out to get Brooks.
Bad mistake.
Ow!
How can Marshall the Bull negate what was a numbers advantage inside the cage? Now it's 4 men in the cage. Those two are going backstage, maybe have an early shower. It's just, this match is just, like I said though, McChesney and DeMarco. It's going to come down to that.
Well, certainly 1/3 of that equation crawling somewhere in the back right now. McChesney trying to push Aiden Veil out. And to your point, Mark, McChesney wanted Aiden Veil out of here. Matt Justice out of the cage as well. And it's DeMarco and McChesney one-on-one.
Boy, can I call it or what? That's why I got huge money for years from WCW. Of course, that's also why we went out of business.
And you're so humble, too. Oh, hello.
Oh,
DeMarco just woke up.
I love it. Mano y mano.
McChesney may have just realized what he's done to himself.
McChesney's not scared. I resent you implying that.
Marshall using one of Joe Brooks' confetti cannons to humiliate Justice. Where's Brooks?
Wait, this is hard to keep track of. Where is everybody?
Aiden Veil is out hurt somewhere. Joe Brooks is still in the back, I think. Marshall came back. Brooks didn't.
Oh!
Huge collision.
I think DeMarco took the worst of that. Like you said, there's a concussion history, Joe.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. DeMarco looks like he's having trouble breathing as well.
I give DeMarco credit. Everybody knows what a great competitor he is. The injuries come back from. But I think being big league is adding up for John McChesney.
First time we've seen War Games in a number of years. Maybe the most chaotic War Games in IWC history. Jeez. Those tables that Marshall and Aiden brought out, now used against him. And Justice trying to climb back in.
Now see, this could be high impact. Oh wait, he's having trouble.
Yeah.
Marshall the Bull, boy, before he lost that weight, no way he gets up the side of the cage like that.
Both men are struggling here. This cage is not meant for easy climbing. Oh no. Look out!
Unbelievable.
The casualties of war.
Very good. You were saving that line up, weren't you?
My God, Justice and Marshall.
Now Jimmy DeMarco's back on his feet.
That's the Jimmy DeMarco we've known for years.
Well, if this is War Games, he's a war hero.
He survived Necro Butcher. He survived Ray Rowe. He survived the toughest over the years.
Now look at McChesney. McChesney can't believe DeMarco's on his feet and staring him down.
And McChesney is one of the best choppers in this business. Both these men learned the hard way from facing the best how to strike.
I think McChesney has a little more left in the tank right now, Joe, just a little. And all you need is a little more.
Well, I think that's to the point McChesney was the last one in for his team. You factor that in with the ring rust.
McChesney's putting on the Ritz now, Joe.
A series of Northern Lights suplexes. We're up to 4 now.
That's what makes him big league. He's totally in control. Totally. One more time. One more time.
And keep in mind, what? Nice bridge. No! Demarco, his first match back. So much punishment. Having to endure, and now the entire match seems to come down to Jimmy Demarco.
Asking a guy to hold a bridge after 5 straight Northern Lights suplexes after a match this demanding, I don't know, maybe McChesney overestimated himself that one time.
But McChesney asking himself the question he's asked many times before. How do I beat Jimmy Demarco? It's not impossible, but perhaps improbable. And check this out. Hammerlock submission.
He's just about got it cinched, too.
Partial Kimura by Demarco.
Now, can McChesney force a break at the ropes?
McChesney's dead center of the ring.
McChesney needs to try to turn into a pin. Make Demarco release the hold that way.
Yeah. Or at the very least, find a way out. McChesney.
Look at that.
Beautiful
Look at
shift
that.
of weight.
Wow.
Into the crossface.
This guy's on. What a series of moves to escape a submission.
I've never seen Demarco tap out, but he could pass out. But not on this exchange. Shoulders down, no. Keep in mind, referee stoppage is a way for this match to end.
They're not going to do that in War Games.
Only if Demarco passes out, they'll have no choice.
Now there it is again. Another submission.
Gotta believe Demarco's been working on this on his off time.
You know where McChesney might have made a mistake, Joe? He had that submission on, he tried to flip it into a pin. That's surrendering a big advantage for an iffy advantage.
Yeah. And once again, the strikes. These men have been friends, but they are much better enemies. It was the selfishness, the greed over being the IWC champion that tore them apart. And once again, a third time, into that hammerlock submission.
Wow, and you know, this being the third time in the same submission on the same arm, Joe, how much full use is McChesney going to have of that arm, even if he does escape here?
At the very least, he's a wide open target moving forward. Jeez. Demarco trying to break that arm, maybe hyperextend that elbow at least.
I think McChesney's hurt pretty seriously, Joe.
This is one of those cases you may need a ref stoppage. And maybe Demarco imploring with the official to stop this matchup before he has to hurt McChesney further.
Yeah, that's why he's doing it. He just wants to get a cheap win. McChesney ain't quitting, Joe, please.
Well.
Yes!
McChesney out of nowhere. Super kick. No!
Was that 3?
That was not 3.
That looked like 3.
You could say McChesney has no quit, but so too you must say about Demarco.
That left arm still hurt, though. I don't know if that was a new beginning for McChesney or last gasp.
Stunner? Jeez! That's Demarco's move, the C4. Demarco's body snap. And McChesney survived.
Here are your winners by War Games.
And that's what it was, Joe. Survival. Period. Now what's going on?
Justin LeVar in here to congratulate. No, hey, come on. Do we really need this?
You're finished.
Joe, LeVar's going to work on those kicks. Now we're talking. Get down to the gutter.
This is our offense.
Uh-oh. Well, LeVar was banned from the ring, but so too was one other man who is still here. It's Jimmy Nuts. And he still has some unfinished business. Limping to the ring.
He's making a mistake. He's making a mistake.
He may be. But more guts than Ray Thorpe Connors. Jimmy Nuts' advisor for many months. Advising him against this.
He had better advise him well right now.
Hey, LeVar. I got news for you. You were so worried that I'm the new minority owner of IWC. I got news for you. It ain't me. it's Jimmy Demarco.
What? A C4 from the new boss? And LeBar,
Well, what kind of boss is that?
good question. LeBar's trapped. Jimmy Nuts
Now you
has LeBar
see,
trapped.
this is the guy who lost the match. He's a sore loser, Joe.
How is he a sore loser? He's retaliating what LeBar did to him. LeBar out of here. But the last word goes to Jimmy Demarco.
Let's not lose track of who won the match, Joe. Jimmy Demarco, a great competitor, but Team Big League was exactly that.
But how will things change moving forward? With Jimmy Demarco, the new minority shareholder owner of IWC, imagine Demarco, the perpetual pervert of Pittsburgh, in charge in IWC.
Alliteration aside, Joe, I don't think it's going to change the balance of power. RJ City has a title. Team Big League is totally dominant. Really, what's going to change? They got to get that belt away from Dalton Castle, and then things will be set right.
The very opinionated Mark Madden, as always, a pleasure to have you here at Double M.
Joe, thank you for having me. IWC, awesome. Been a great Q&A tonight, and what a great show. Thank you.
Cage Fury 2014, memorable for many reasons. Perhaps most of all, a new era, a changing of the guard, as Jimmy Demarco returns to wrestling and returns to power.
Hey guys, one thing, and I know I'm not an owner, but I have to say this. You guys know I ran the company for years. Without those two men standing in that ring, IWC would never have amounted to anything. And that's the truth. And Jimmy, as new minority owner, please just don't book me in anything crazy. Thank you. And I mean it. I said it so many damn times. If you just change your attitude, you'd be main event in WrestleMania.
A real big time.